Good morning, Regal partners. This is Carol, and this is the first of many recordings to come called The Morning Drive with Carol. I have a lot of great thoughts as I commute to work. I have about an hour drive in, and I have a lot of creative ideas that happen during that commute time. So I thought I'd record some of them with you, and that way everyone can benefit from whatever tips are on my mind at that time. We have a lot of people who are contacting us either by private message, by email, by phone call, and asking, what do I do about the fact that my customers are not quick to buy from me with this catalog? So let me address that in two different ways. First of all, the catalog is new. It has a different look and feel from what your customers are used to. So we'll address that. Secondly, up until now, you've had the privilege of having that low-hanging fruit. Your customers were buying easily from you. Why was that happening in the previous Regal and you're not seeing it in this current one? Well, let me first of all address the first step to this. Number one, why are they feeling that this catalog is different from the previous? Because it is. Yes, definitely the Regal new catalog is different by way of look and feel. It has different items in there that they have never seen in previous catalogs, and there are price ranges that they've never seen. And so how are you going to address that with your customers? And how are you going to ensure that they adapt to the new Regal? Well, let me first of all say that in subsequent catalogs, there will be less of the high-priced items that you're seeing in this first catalog. We recognize from your feedback that your customers are not accustomed to paying the big dollars. However, having said that, we put together this first catalog based on two things primarily. First of all, on the survey feedback that we received from you. You asked for a variety of products beyond what you used to get with the previous Regal. And the reason for that is because you want to tap into other customer bases, other markets. And so you've asked for a variety of products beyond what you've seen in the past. You've also asked for higher price points so that you can reach the other markets. And so we've given you both of those, but perhaps we've given you a little bit too much of that in the first catalog. So we're going to scale down a little bit in subsequent catalog and have more of the gadgety uniqueness of products that Regal is very well known for. And so you're going to see more of that in the next catalog. You're going to see less of the items that are in the 60 plus price range, because we recognize that your customers are more at the $30 and below. Now we will have some over $30 because we want to honor what you intend to do, which is to tap into other markets beyond your current market, your current customers. And so that will be the changes in the next catalog based on your feedback. So how do you deal with all of that? Well, as I said, up until now, you've had the low-hanging fruit. You were in a momentum. Your customers were used to getting a catalog on a regular basis. They knew what to expect. There were no big surprises. Yes, they were pleasantly surprised when you had some other unique items, but it was pretty much the same. And so they had the similar look and feel to each catalog. And so there was that momentum that had built up. They got the catalog, they placed the order. They got the catalog, they placed the order. It was real simple for you to do business. You just dropped the catalog off you went, they'd call you with an order. Well, two things have happened. Yes, there's a new look and feel to this Regal, which means not only your customer needs to adjust to that, but so do you. And so that is something that will take back that momentum for a time. The other thing is the break in the business. When the former Regal closed, that meant needing to adjust to the fact that there may never be a Regal again. Now let me just equate this with another example. I think of the Blue Jays, the baseball team. When the baseball league decided to go into strike a few years ago, That took the fans by surprise. They didn't think they would actually do that. And we lost a good part, or perhaps it was even the whole season, because of that strike. Now, they thought that everyone would bounce back. I know the Blue Jays, used to fill the house, especially after our 2 championships. And yet, when they came back from the strike, it was a tough call to say that we're going to fill the house, because the fans had thought differently. They had broken the momentum. Fans that used to go just regularly to all the games because they were loyal fans, they enjoyed the game. Suddenly they found other interest, other things that took up their time, and therefore they weren't coming out to the games like they used to. And even today, unless it looks like we're going to hit the playoffs, we're not filling the house. We're selling tickets at $15 a pop. And so that is a good analogy of where you're at with your customers. We have broken the momentum that your customers have enjoyed, have appreciated, and have engaged in when you were with the former Regal. Now bring in this newness, bring in the new company. All of a sudden they're needing to adjust to the fact that, yes, Regal will go on, and this is a great thing, but they have not yet gotten into that full momentum feeling that they had before. It's going to take warming up. It's going to take some work to get them there. It's not going to be the low-hanging fruit any longer. Many of you are saying, why are they not ordering? Are they ever going to order? Or they're ordering, but they're ordering the smaller items. How am I going to get them back to where they were so I can enjoy a profitable Regal business? Well, trust me, it will come back, but it takes extra work. You no longer can go out to those trees and just grab the low-hanging fruits. You may have to get your ladder out and climb a little bit and get the fruits that are a little bit higher. And so what do I mean by that? Here's some examples of how you can engage your customer, get them warmed up to the new Regal, get them warmed up to the fact that Regal is back, and they can consider it being a regular catalog that they can purchase from, and that you are the same. You are still the same person that you were before, and so they can warm up to dealing with you on a regular basis again, just like we can now warm up to the Blue Jays and attend the games. And so what do you do in order to make that happen? Here are some suggestions. I've mentioned this to several of you as I've talked with you one-on-one when you express the concern. What I suggest that you do is, when you have a catalog to deliver to a customer, okay, now some of you do personalized mail, so it gets delivered to them, and you can alter this idea to adapt to the same principle. So here's what you do. You take your catalog, you're delivering it to your customer. You no longer can just drop it off. You no longer can just put it in their mailbox, expect them to pick it up and get excited and order from you. Okay? It's going to take a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of education on your part to get them where they need to be. So you bring the catalog, you have it in hand, you kind of tease them with it because you're showing it to them, the beautiful cover, but you're not yet handing it to them. You're holding it in your hand. And as you're flipping through it, you're saying something like this. Well, Sally, it's been such a pleasure knowing you all this time as one of my most valued customers, and I appreciate you as a friend foremost. But I just wanted to drop off this new catalog to you because I know you've been anxiously waiting for the next catalog to come out. Well, here it is, and isn't it beautiful? Show the cover, okay? Isn't it beautiful? And then start to flip through the catalog and say, well, now what you're going to notice, Sally, is some very unique products that are different. You're going to have a look that is different to you, a new look and feel to the Regal catalog from what you're accustomed to. And this is a very exciting thing because the new Regal has listened to our voices. We have asked them to put a variety of product types in the catalog so that we can make that available to our customers, and we can branch out into even new customers that would be looking for those types of products. You'll also notice, Sally, that we have a whole range of price points as well. Now, you've grown accustomed to seeing a catalog that is typically $30 and less for each item, and yet the company has actually implemented a lot of products in here that are even beyond that price point. Now, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily for you, but I just want to prepare you as you're going through this catalog. So here's what I suggest you do, Sally. take the catalog, and again, you're flipping through it. Notice the tabs that there's different categories in here, and go through, have a first glance. Consider that you're window shopping, okay? And then put the catalog down for a few minutes, or maybe even until the next day. Come back and have another look. Because what you're going to find, Sally, that most of my customers are finding is that at first glance, it takes time to adjust. And you're looking through, you're seeing a lot of differences, and that's where your mind is. It's on the differences. But you know, we have over 30 or 40 items in this catalog that are the former Regal products that we have come to love and appreciate. So as you look through the catalog a second time, you will start to notice those products, because the newness of the different items will no longer be that shock or that surprise to you. So that's what I suggest you do. Have a second glance at the catalog before you start to look at, gee, what is it that I love and I want to buy? And Sally, I just want to say too that I am combining orders to save you in shipping. So I'm ordering products from the company every week and then tell them what day that you're ordering. And so if you can get your order to me on the day before that, any week that you're looking to place an order, then I'll be sure to add you to the other orders that are going in that week, and that will save you significantly on shipping. Okay, so there you go. That's your intro to the catalog. Yes, it takes extra steps, but believe me, it will pay off. It will prevent them from holding off for a week or more, or needing to be called before they're ordering. Okay, so it will be an adjustment for your customer, an adjustment for you, but it will pay off. So all the best with that. Those of you that are doing personalized mail, you're contacting them after you know the catalogs have been delivered. Contact them and say the very same thing as what I've just said here. So I look forward to hearing your comments on what you think of this tip in Good Morning Drive with Carol. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.